Everyone that starts doing a bit of sim racing, or even just a casual bit of racing, starts with a pretty basic setup. I know I did. I had a Logitech G920 wheel with Logitech G920 pedals, and it was just attached to my desk. I just had a chair on wheels that I would try and keep in one position so I didn't propel myself backwards. Eventually, I upgraded to a set of Club Sport V3s from Fanatec. I had to bolt them though to a piece of MDF to stop them from moving whenever I do some heavy braking. And up until recently, that's the setup that I had. But it wasn't ideal. I wanted to improve it because I was fed up of having to move this in and out every time I wanted to jump on a racing game. So I decided to get a rig. Now there are plenty of rig options out there. Tons of them in fact. I personally wanted something like the SimLab products. They have the P1X chassis and they have the Evo chassis, which is a little bit cheaper. At the time though, I thought I could do it a little bit cheaper. And I saw some videos online and I saw a few products and I thought, you know what, I can do that. So I did. This is pretty much what I ended up with. I bought a bucket seat. I bought all of the pieces of metal separately from a website in the UK, but I did get the single screen mount from SimLab so that I could mount my widescreen monitor. It still probably needs a little bit here and there, and I do need a few more pieces so that I can have some peripherals on the side, but the core structure is there, and it's a lot easier to do than you'd think. When you buy a product from someone like SimLab, Swedish Rig Designs, or any of the numerous other places that do these 80/20 designs, they're essentially all the same. It's just got a custom design. So why not make your own design and do it exactly how you want it? And I'm going to show you how. So the first thing you're going to need to do is head to this website, the Frame Expert website, frameexpert.com, and go to download. Now what you're looking for is the Frame Designer program. It's a very small program, it's completely safe, so make sure you get the version that you want for your operating system. It's the 80/20 version that you need. Get that downloaded, get it installed, and I'll meet you there. So here we are inside Frame Designer. Now, this is my rig that I designed before I built it, but yours may look completely different. It's going to very much depend on your needs, what wheel you've got, what TV setup you've got. It could be vastly different. For me though, this fitted my needs. Now the great thing about this profile of aluminium is that you can do anything with it. It could be for a sim rig. You might want to set something up for Flight Simulator. You could even build a desk with it if that's what you wanted to do. And the program's really simple to use. You're mainly going to use a couple of different options. We've got the extrude option at the top, and depending on what you're making and how thick you want it, you can pick the size. For this rig I went with 40/40, which is small. And then you've got the larger 80/40, and you can go even bigger if you want, depending on what you want to make. It very much depends if you're going to need that or not. But there is 40/120. There's much smaller ones and there's much bigger ones, and it very much depends on the weight that you want it to hold. But when it comes to what I built, on retrospect, there's a few things that I would change with it, but overall, I'm pretty happy. The main thing that I would like, and this is what I would add, is a separate stand here for my monitors, or monitor as I have right now. I would probably add something like this in the future, and that offers me up a little bit of freedom. But essentially, what you need to do is go into this program and utilize the 40/40 and the 40/80. They all clip together. It's really, really simple, and you can just make a structure based on what you want. Right mouse button will rotate round, middle mouse button lets you look around in free roam. If you live in America, you can actually just get a bill of materials here and put it straight through, but I used a separate website. The great thing is with this program though is that you can even place the brackets that you're going to need, and over here on the right you can even place like cover caps. So if I click on the cover cap, I can place the cover caps over the metal, and these are the things that you're going to want to make it look a little bit nicer. You can plan all of that, get a bill of materials so you know exactly what you need to buy. And honestly, you think it would be quite difficult, but it's not. I've never done anything like this before, and building it was very, very simple. The website that I used is a website called Hadz, and it's very simple to use, and I'll show you how to get on that now. Okay, so this is the Hadz website. You're going to want to go to the slot profile section, and this is where you're going to order the aluminium. So you're going to go to 40 I-type, slot 8, and this is the metal that you want. Now it depends on exactly what you've made. So these are the 40 by 40s, you've got the 40 by 80 and the 40 by 120. Very much depends what you've set up on your frame designer, but that's where you're going to go. You're going to click into it, and then you're going to find the exact length. They do it in meters. There's lots of standard lengths, but then you can have it customized to exactly what length you're going to need as well. And then finally, when you head down to, there it is, slot profile accessories, this is where you can get all the extra bits. You can get the slot caps, you can get the screws, you can get the brackets. Everything you're going to need to put this together is going to be on this website. And what you're going to need to do is use the frame designer and count how many brackets you need, add a few extra. Count roughly how many cover caps you're going to need, get a few extra. They're relatively cheap, so you're going to want to make sure that you don't run out of them, because delivery on this is quite expensive. So you make sure you get everything in one go. So if we go to the accessories here for type 80, we can get the connectors, we can get the cover caps, we can get extra brackets if you've added that into your design, we can get the screws. Everything you need, you can buy. Now, obviously, what you're going to want to know is the cost. I spent just over £300 getting everything shipped to my house, which, considering for the most part I was going to be spending around £400 getting an Evo, I would say overall it was a good deal. But do what you're comfortable with. And bearing in mind, if you go to the SimLabs website, you can actually get the schematics for the Evo, so you could build it yourself based on their schematics. So if you want to do that, do that. But hopefully this video helped, and hopefully you found it interesting. And if anyone is looking to build this, I'm hoping that it's helped some people. Any questions you got, throw it in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. And I'll see you in the next one.